everybody. We're working in our book of backgrounds. This is a newsprint publication that you guys can probably just pick up anywhere. I pick up newsprint publications in the grocery store because basically that is the only place that I am going these days. So I kind of have checked out their stationery aisle and started buying a few things there, as well as, you know, those free publications that you get in the front of the store. So we are altering a newsprint publication, making it into a book of backgrounds, and I'll show you what we have done so far. We have this page. Now we're working in the pages that are facing us, okay? This one was an experiment, and then I decided that we would just work on the pages that are facing us this way, and then we'll flip the book and then we'll start working on these pages. The idea behind these pages is to let yourself go, allow yourself to be free in your creativity, to not get too invested in what you're doing. The fun thing about a book like this, now we've been using the Spectrum Noir paint pens to work in this book, so that's where this sparkle is coming from. But remember, we said if we don't have Spectrum Noir, that we can use sprays or food coloring, or, you know, a wet brush and paint and glitter, or a pen and glitter glue. There's just all kinds of things that you can do in here. The idea is to allow seepage in the book, so you know you're getting that really nice bleeding from one page into the next, into actually the next page as well. So I thought that this is the last page that we did. We're going to work in this page today, but I did want to show you this page and how really pretty it came out, and it's really tempting to do something over here, but we are just focusing on our facing pages for the moment. Because I mentioned sprays, now this is my collection of sprays. This is it. This is all that I have. So I thought what we would do is I will paint with some of these sprays, since I did mention that to you guys. And, you know, I think that you lead by example. So that's what I'm going to do. The first thing that you can do is kind of, you know, you can do some lines here, you can do drops, you can do whatever, you can do dots. What I'm going to do is I'm going to be really brave and stick a paintbrush into this Dylusions ink that I've had for ever and ever, and just go ahead and start painting the page with the ink. The reason that I like a wet medium that dries very quickly, because the whole drying process to me just kind of it deflates the flow of what I'm doing. Remember, we talked in the first two videos about the way that a publication like this is laid out. It's laid out in advertising blocks. Anytime you see that, you know, you'll kind of just see the advertising blocks here. So we're using the advertising blocks as, you know, just little creative blocks. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't just cover the whole page with paint if you want to, or with marker or whatever. I mean, you do what you want to, right? And that is, you know, that's the best advice that I can give you, is just do what you want to. Do what makes you happy when you create. It's, you know, it's a joyful experience. And what I want to do here is, I really love this graphic with the hands and the light inside. So I kind of I want to be able to keep that. This is, like I said, a book of backgrounds. I will eventually tear it up and use it in my flow journals, or in my art journals, or, you know, basically just whatever I want to use it as. People are going to say, Tammy, why aren't you spraying the sprays? Well, I'm not spraying the sprays because my sprayers are jammed. And I know I'm supposed to fix that, but at the moment, it's messy and I don't have time to fix it. Plus, you know, if I had a huge collection of sprays, I might be more inclined to do something like that. But since I don't, since this is like this is all I have. And so I don't, you know, I don't even tend to use sprays very often. I'm going to stop right here and grab, like I said, Spectrum Noir. You know, let's do something fun. Let's just see if this works on the, oh, you know, this is a great, I can't get much out of here. A great little experiment, you know, just to see what you can do. You didn't pay anything for the book, so why not just play and play and play with it? It's not like an art journal and, you know, you're concerned about messing it up or, you know, being too precious with it. It's a place for you to play. I think I'm going to finish this last block down here, but I think I'm going to do it into sections just because. Okay, so we can see where we had some bleed through right here. So I'm just going to kind of outline that, you know, because that'll be interesting. We have bleed through here and here. I do like that girl's face, but she's got bleed through. Isn't she a pretty lady? There we go. I think I'm going to use some of this. Look how pretty that is. You know, these pens are super cool, you guys. They aren't cheap, but man, oh man, they're really, really pretty. Fun to work with. But, you know, like I said, you don't have to have this. Use what you have. You know, you use what you have and you feel good about it. A lot of times we think, oh, I want to get started in mixed media. What are the supplies that I need to buy? And it's like, oh, dude, you know, you do you have a cereal box? Because that's a great starting point right there. A cereal box can be tags, they can be art trading cards, they can be art trading coins, they can be you can cover them with fabric and make them into books like I do. You can paint them and make them into books. You know, do you have a box? That's a great starting point. Do you have some crayons? Do you have some, maybe some colored pencils? Don't think you got to buy stuff because you just don't. You know, just use what you have and have a great time with it. Life should be about fun, especially your creative life. It shouldn't really be about what you can buy. Especially if you're like a frugal McDougal like me. It's odd because when I first started on my little art journey, I had a friend, I mean, she's still my friend, but she's like, I bought all this stuff because I wanted to do art. And now I'm like, I don't want any of it. And she said, would you like to have it? And I was like, yes. So she just, you know, gave me all her art stuff to get it out of her way. I mean, you never know. Just ask somebody, hey, do you have anything, you know, I kind of want to do an art journey and I would like to, you know, to not spend $1,000 or $100 or $25 doing it. You know, is there anything that you have that you might want to get rid of? You will be surprised at the people who go, yes, I have a lot of stuff and I don't want it. Or, you know, people move and they get rid of things and that kind of thing. All right, we are going to, we've got our blocks colored. I did not color the top here, so I'm going to leave these words opportunities to maximize our health as well as the health of the world around us. I like that. That's very inspiring. But remember, this is not a journal page. This is a background journal. A journal, a book of backgrounds. But that might be something I use for a quote a bit later on. I like the way the blue, this blue Sharpie is kind of playing on this page. So, ooh, wow, that had some really cool bleed right there, y'all. Really made that super neat. Look down there, see it? Nice. Nice, nice, nice. All right, so we're just doing a bit of blocking. We're blocking our blocks again. I really do wish I had a black, you know, black marker that was not played out, but those are played out. All right, next thing that we want to do is maybe add a few, you know, just a little bit of imagery to this. Now, I've got a couple of things. I've got this is a Throwback Thursday image sheet that I created, and I had it in the Etsy store, and then I took it out of the Etsy store, but I'll put it back in the Etsy store because it's just kind of fun to have it. It is super rustic. It's a definite DIY project that I did, oh gosh, you know, maybe 3 years ago when I was kind of trying to do some things in a digital kind of way, and you know, do digital downloads at my Etsy store. But then, you know, was kind of looking at it, it's like I want to use it, so we're just gonna cut a few things out. Of course, you can make your own little embellishments and strips and whatever you want to do to put on the page, or you can you know, you can tear some strips out of magazines. Don't get too like invested in that. Just cut out, you know, choose one page and cut it out, and you know, make that work for you. So for this page, I'm going to cut out the bubbles because I love that. And then I think I'll do the arrows because I like those too. Remember we used some skinny washi tape last time, so we might use some skinny washi tape. This is a happy project. This is not something, you know, art should never be sweated over, my friends. You know, don't purchase a whole lot of stuff. Use what you have. You'll be shocked at what you have in your house that you can just use for all kinds of, you know, projects. All right, so I have my little thingies cut. This is kind of going to take forever to cut these out, but they're pretty, aren't they? I don't do digital things like on a computer. I have to do them by hand. And then I put them in my Etsy store But if you are a member of my Patreon group, you get all these free things, you know, free printables, free downloads, free illustrations. I did a collection of 4 portraits for my patrons for a special mixed media portrait book. Not a book, geez, that's gonna be pretty, y'all. A wall hanging. These are inspiring words as well. Bloom, love. I'm not doing a very good job cutting these. My hands are painful today because it's raining. But hey, they work. What a blessing that is, you know? And we'll do bloom down here. Maybe we'll use, you know, we won't use washi tape and we'll just use this. Okay, let's do some gluing. To glue in this book, I am using a cheapo Jot glue stick because I don't want to ruin when you, I'm trying to take things off, you know, take it off the page and then glue it and then put it on the page. But sometimes I accidentally put glue on the page and I have been nearly ruined one of my Dick Blick glue sticks, which would have been a tragedy to ruin those babies. There we go. See, that's pretty. Let's put this here. You know, kind of as a dividing kind of thing here. There we go. Let's do bubbles over here. Maybe bubbles at the top. What do you think? Let's do it that way. And typically I like to fold these over, but I think in this case I'm going to cut it off and probably use it at the bottom. Like that. Yup. That's the way this one's going to go. There it is. I was like, there should be printing on there, and there's not. Okay, I think I want to just a couple of focally things here. Luckily, I picked up a napkin when I was kind of gathering stuff for our little video today, and I like it because it has eggs on it. I think eggs are super interesting. And, you know, it kind of adds, because you're working with newsprint, because you're working with, you know, might be working with like wet paint or wet markers, then that kind of, it causes your paper to kind of fall apart, disintegrate. So anytime you want to use a little bit of napkin in your book backgrounds, that's a fun thing to do. Of course, you can use a glue stick to adhere your images down, or you can use, now what I'm going to do is just pick this up because I've got ink here on this brush, which kind of worked. I don't want to contaminate my Mod Podge. There we go. Doesn't that look super keen? All right. That was a fun element to add. Okay. Let's add some Sharpie poster paint. This is like a white pen. It will take some abuse, man. I've had this probably 4 or 5 years. And it really knows how to... It takes a licking and keeps on ticking. I like the way it kind of pulls color too. It's probably kind of running out as well. Here we go. Let's do that with love. Okay. I think that's it, you guys. Okay, so we just finished a page in our book O background. So let's just, you know, the really fun surprise here is to flip this page and see what is happening on the next page that you'll be working with. And you can see all these beautiful dots and splotches that have come through. And look at this page, y'all. Whoa, that's like some tie-dye goodie right there. All right, let's kind of just do a little flip, see what we have here. And there we go, my friends. I hope you're enjoying this process. It's just fun. And it's fun to sit and glue and giggle and laugh and just have a blast. Thanks for hanging out with me, y'all. Have a great day. See you soon. Bye.